we're doing another guide video. I've been doing a lot of them recently, just because I've been playing a lot of videos where I've been playing a lot of levels, I'm an idiot and can't talk, that would benefit from a guide, so I've been making them. This should be my last one for a minute, no promises though, because after this I'm going for Aftermath, which I'm definitely not making a guide for. But yeah, Electric Forest, this is probably my favorite level in the entire fucking game. So yeah, that's that. You should play it right now, but after watching this guide first. So yeah, sequel to Kingslayer, basically it's the same thing, same progression, as in it starts out not scary and then it gets scary when the song starts screaming. But this time it's balanced, which makes the level essentially a perfect level, because Kingslayer, other than the balancing, was pretty much perfect. So this level just fixes that. Okay, so time for the actual guide. It starts out with a long-ass auto section. Every attempt. When I say long-ass, I just have a short-ass attention span. It's like half a second. Okay, this portal you have to buffer into to immediately start flying up. You have to let go pretty fast and start straight flying here. This part is pretty open except for this part. Right now it looks open, but the objects continue to move. It's basically a one-block straight fly. Aligning yourself with this cog is difficult, so just treat these top spikes as the top spikes in a standard one-block straight fly, and just go through it. Like that, yep. I don't know if what I said made sense, but when I say one-block straight fly, as in spike, block, spike. So, yeah. Okay. Buffer these, hold. When it jumps, it looks like you'll hit the spike, but you don't, so you can just hold through here. This pink orb you have to hit extremely late, like, very bottom half, not just... When I say late, that doesn't mean just not buffer, that means hit it as late as you fucking can. That orb kills me a lot from the beginning. Like, if I die at the beginning, it's probably this orb. Then you can just hold off of that, because there's an auto section here that carries you to this portal, which you can hold in. Yeah. Then you start straight flying here. These cogs you kind of have to dip down in. It's kind of difficult, but it's... With like a tiny amount of practice, you can get the hang of it. Now for this orb, you have to immediately go up into, and so the way portals with orbs and stuff like this work when you're transitioning out of ships or waves is if you hold into them, it'll activate the orb. For this orb, I would not do that because generally you don't get enough height to make it to this block because it continues moving up. So I re-hit the orb once I get to the portal. Yeah, and even then I like barely got to it. So yeah. This is a timing. Yeah, not much to say other than it is a timing. Once you hit this block, or you can instantly hit again into the portal. And this is also a decently hard timing. You have to click basically right before that spike. But then once you get to this platform, again, you can just tap as soon as you land to make it as consistent as possible. Once you get to this portal, you hold. It doesn't really matter if you buffer and start holding before the portal, or hold like a third of a second after the portal. You still just slide on this weird wave effect. Yeah. It looks pretty cool, but it's easy, so yeah. Another auto section into another ship part. If you can't tell already, this level is very ship heavy. So yeah, hit the black orb and continue holding. This cog is giant, and you have to go higher than it looks like, because the hitbox sticks out a lot. This cog will basically... Well, you actually... That's a lie. You can die to it a fair amount. So, just go really high, but then keep in mind this cog is still here. Yeah. because like the top of this cog blends in with the background a bit, so it looks like it ends here with the swirly thing. It ends like up here. So yeah. Basically, you're trying to say I'm being really confusing right now. Avoid this cog more than you think to avoid this cog, because this one's more deadly. And after you get through here, it is really open. It looks pretty kind of tight, but I've like never died here. This part's easy. These orbs are pretty difficult. I noticed that the music sync here is really good, but I never went along with the music. And I timed each of these orbs like individually. This orb, it doesn't really matter when you hit it. The only time I've died to it is on like one weird occasion where I hit the orb so lightly that I didn't click as the spider, which basically never happens. That orb, you can basically hit it whenever. It's technically a timing, but like it's really not hard and you don't have to think much about it. This black orb is pretty hard. You have to hit it really early, because if you hit it like late at all, you'll die to this spike. This green orb isn't that much of a problem, even with 2.2 buffing these types of jumps. And then you basically just jump as soon as you hit that UFO portal. And this green orb, you have to jump twice. I forgot about that just now, but yeah. Based on me forgetting it, it's not hard, and you don't really have to think about it. It goes with the music, so yeah. This green orb, you have to hit it pretty early, or else you'll die to these spikes, which is annoying. Like, if you hit it in the middle of the orb, you won't live. You have to hit it pretty early. So yeah, do that. In these blue orbs, this first one, you have to hit it late, because if you hit it too early, the way blue orbs in a ship section work is once you hit it, you go really far down, and if you hit it too early, you'll be too like low down. You'll let it go even lower and then die to this cog. So yeah, like you saw that it like launched all the way down there. So yeah, this blue orb is a lot more lenient. You just hit it whenever. That yellow orb, it's not really a problem. This structure and orb, there are J blocks here, so when you hit the orb, you have to hit again to jump over this. That sounds like a pain in the ass, but really it is a blessing by Motheye, because this cog would have killed you. And now this part is really easy. You just click the orb and then tap once after it. It syncs with the music, and it's a really lenient timing, as tight as this may look. So yeah. Hit that pink orb, you can just buffer that. These two are basically buffers. Jump, hit that. And now, this dash orb, it is really short, and that will catch you off guard sometimes, or when you're learning it. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Timing the dash orb itself isn't that hard. So you land like on the edge of this platform, and you have to wait a second before jumping as the ball. What term do you even use there? Before swapping gravity as the ball? Yeah, I don't know. So yeah, wait a second. This timing's pretty lenient, but it can kill you if you tap right away. So yeah. You can basically wait like a nanosecond here. This timing was never that difficult. Yeah, but for that timing, it's best if you go as early as you can, as soon as you hit the platform, so you can get a lot of height into this portal, so you can make it to this pink orb. Because if you wait till the very last second to tap as the ball, you'll fall before you reach the pink orb. So yeah. And this pink orb is also a difficult timing, kind of like the one at the beginning of the level, where you have to hit it late. Yeah. You can just hold here, and then time this dash orb is like that one fucking part in Tidal Wave. Tidal Wave has so many, like, recognizable parts that I can just cite, yeah, it's like that part in Tidal Wave. But yeah, obviously it's a lot easier. Just click when you're in the middle of the orb. I feel like I did a pretty good job here. Never mind, I thought I clicked right when I paused, but yeah. Okay, I still survived, all that matters. Make it to here. You just click 3 times here. None of these are really timings. This yellow orb, you do have to click late though, because if you just buffer it, this cog will kill you. Okay, this, wait a second, then tap here, wait another second, then tap there. You can't just click, buffer, jump off that. You have to wait till you pass this cog. The reason I point that out is because these 2 clicks are buffers. You can just click as soon as you land there and click as soon as you land here. But you can't do that for this. You have to wait a second, then click. And then you can buffer there. And then these 2 pink orbs you have to hit as late as you can. Just hold there. And hold into the ship, but let go pretty quickly. Because you need to fly through here. I don't know what went over Motheye when he was designing these arrows, but like, this is like a work of Satan himself. I don't know why the fucking arrows direct you perfectly into this saw, or yeah, but yeah, don't follow the arrows there. That's killed me a few times because I wasn't paying attention, because we're only at 18%. Right now, in this part of the level, you're just basing it off of muscle memory, because that's how Geometry Dash works for the first, like, 20% of the level. That's not really true, but you probably know what I mean. So you have to fly through there, fly through these cogs. This structure moves up. Right now it looks like you have a lot of space, but it moves pretty fast. And you kind of have to like make a conscious effort to fly above these spikes. I'll play the video and you'll like see what I do. So yeah, like they move fast, so you have to like go up, hit that black orb, hit this orb. This timing's not hard. This timing is pretty hard, and like I've died to it a couple of times. So yeah, just hit that orb late and remember to hold. This pink orb you can basically hit whenever you want. As soon as you land in the ship portal, start holding. And then hold on the orb. This orb, if you hit it, like, obscenely early, you'll die in this next section. But most of the time, if you just hit it, like, in the middle of the orb, you'll be okay. So yeah, after that, you just hold. And it's a long auto section. Until you get to, with this song's genre, it's weird to call it a drop, but yeah, until you get to the drop. So yeah, this orb, you hit it late. If you hit it too early, you'll die to one of the ceiling spikes. So just hit it like, it's pretty slow, so you can hit it like when you've passed the orb. Yeah, and just hold up until you get to the gravity portal. This part is pretty annoying because, as you can see, the character is entirely off screen, and once you get to the yellow portal, you have to go from just holding to manually controlling the ship, or else you'll die to, you'll hold into like one of these spikes. So the way I usually tell if I've hit the portal or not is when the camera starts to slow down. So yeah, like at that point, you could have been able to tell that when I paused the video last, it was already starting to slow down. So that means you hit the portal. And here you have to start controlling the ship manually, which is just clicking, kind of straight flying, but holding for a lot longer. So you go at that diagonal. Once you pass this structure, start to like kind of hold a bit more, because there are spikes here that are really deadly. Yeah. And this portal, it's really hard to, like, control because a lot of the gameplay here is off-screen. But you want to try to get to, like, closer to the top of the portal, because there is a structure right here that will kill you if you're too low. And even if you're high, it's still really dangerous. So, like, once you're, like, here, just hold up, like, hard. Then you can fly up normally to this red orb. Hit it like kind of late. If you hit it too early, you'll die to a structure on the top. So just go sort of towards the middle, leaning towards late, and you'll be fine. Once you pass this structure, you have to start clicking again, or else you'll fall into these saws. But make sure to go under this structure. It looks easy at this speed, but the structure sticks out a lot, and especially when you start clicking here, it's easy to just fly into it. Hold up into this orb. There's teleport portals to realign you if you don't make it perfectly in this portal, so don't worry. After this, you just hold and you'll be fine. Buffer that green orb, and hit this black orb late. If you hit it too late, you'll fall into these spikes, but that's only if you hit it like on the last few frames of the orb. Most of the time, you don't have to worry about it. What you have to worry about is the spike, so hit the orb late. And once you hit that, continue holding until you get like to here. So you just make sure that you get past this platform. Now these next two orbs are just buffers. Hold there, buffer, and then you get to this really cool auto ball part. When I was first watching this level, this part fucking blew me away. Yeah. Get back to the level here. You can just hold to land on this platform, or to jump off of it. This orb is like a slight timing. You just hit it like towards the middle of it. Just don't buffer and you'll be fine. This orb you just hit. Hit after you hit the blue pad. It's not a hard timing because you're going at like 3 speed or something. I don't know, 3 or 4 speed. You can hit that basically whenever. Hit that a pink orb whenever. It's easy to hit it too late. I've never hit it too early. I never buffer this orb, but yeah, you can hit it too late and die, but just hit it in the middle. I usually don't think too much about that orb. It works most of the time, but I don't know, it's still kind of a timing. Hold to jump off that platform. And now this green orb, okay, it looks easy, but I'll explain in a second. So just hit the green orb, you get into an auto section, that gets into this wave. It has a cool, like, dash orb effect at the beginning, if you, like, try to, like, hit the dash orb, when you get into its hitbox, you'll probably, the wave will fall, up too fast to hit it, and it's, like, hard, so you kind of have to buffer it. What I found to be the most consistent is buffering. I'll go back like a nanosecond. Buffering, like when you're, okay, I went back a bit too far, but it gets the job done. Like buffering after you turn into a ball. The reason I'm being so specific here is because when I played, I found a really odd bug here, where sometimes what's supposed to happen is you hit the dash orb and then you let go here and you go down, but sometimes you would go up for some reason. I explained this in my completion video, but like hitboxes make it so it does not matter where you hit the orb. It should always be the correct gravity, but it wasn't for me for some reason. And what I was talking about that green orb before, that I said there might be something else to it, my theory was that if you hit the green orb, if you buffer that green orb, it would somehow fuck it up. Because when I played the level, it was more consistent when I did not buffer that green orb. You may be confused what green orb I'm talking about. I am talking about... Can I go back, please? The one before... I'm talking about this green orb. When I buffered that, I feel like the wave would be more likely to go upside down. I mean, you're like, there's this giant auto section here, and you're obviously normal gravity for the entire time, so that should not mean anything at all. But this bug is just so weird that I do not know how to combat it, so I don't know. It might have literally been placebo, but if it's placebo, I do it, because it'll make you feel better about it. This part is the only part of the level that I, like, truly do not like, just because it was broken. But yeah. Hopefully, the wave goes down. There are S blocks here, but I feel like you'd have more control if you, like, manually let go, like here. Yeah, because it's a bit awkward just waiting for the S blocks to come up and you're to randomly let go of the dash orb. So yeah, I manually let go there. These clicks are pretty slow and not super hard to control. Yeah, you can really just, like, look and see when to click and release, which for flowy gameplay fast waves are very rare, and most of the time it's just muscle memory. I fucked up. It was definitely just muscle memory in Kingslayer at the end with those impossible wave parts, but yeah, this wave's the beginning's a bit easier. Go up there, hit that dash orb. You also have to release you have to release earlier than what you think with how the song is going. There's an extra click before the lyrics come back, which is what the wave's moving with. So yeah, you just have to know about that and you'll be fine. But one thing that makes this part a bit harder that you can probably notice pretty easily right now is the giant foreground pillar right where you're supposed to release and pretty much click. So yeah, there's a few parts with giant foreground objects that make it pretty annoying. The end especially, it's just foreground hell at like 80%, but yeah. So like release like right here and click again like here. You can kind of see where you are now, but still the foreground object makes that a bit annoying. You can go through here and then getting to this mini portal, it makes it harder because mini wave is just objectively a really hard game mode. Normally with like mini wave sections you have to click faster, but for this section I found it that you had to actually click slower and make a lot larger like sweeping motions. So yeah, up here, this click you have so much space. This you have to go basically like to the top of the screen and go all the way down. So yeah, hold a lot longer than you think once you get here. You can't just do the same click you did here. Fortunately, there's D blocks up here, so don't worry about hitting the ceiling. Okay, this click, it's a bit less than this one. Kind of closer to the size of the first click here. This is stupid tight. I don't know how this made it past playtesting. Maybe because it's actually not that bad and pretty consistent, but I'd still die here a few times. I said that, but it's not as bad as it looks. Yeah. Then once you get past that, just click. I would die to these spikes sometimes, but this click really isn't that bad. And there's that yellow portal there, so you have to just hold for a really long time. Yeah. Let go up here. That timing is pretty hard, but you just have to, like, learn it. And you have to click again here. This timing's not hard, but when you're, like, first learning it, it's a bit hard to just remember to click there. So yeah, you can just go into that portal, not hard. This orb, it is, like, the perfect orb to buffer, because there's this massive auto section before it. Don't buffer that orb. Wait, like, well after you pass that mini portal, because if you buffer it, you won't make it here. If you just hit it not buffering, you'll make it perfectly fine. That orb is also a timing, you can't just buffer that. Make it through these cogs. This dash orb, you can just buffer. It's easy. You can hit that green orb pretty much whenever. Hold, hit that orb pretty much whenever. This ship part, you kind of have to, because you have speed going down into here, so you kind of have to like buffer hold into it, but it's after a tiny bit it's just a straight fly. Like around here you just start straight flying. I tried to tend to stay relatively low. It's a bit hard to see where the spikes are because it's so bright, so stay really low because the spike juts out a lot, and if you like just straight fly like a bit higher, you'll die to that. Yeah. Once you get to this portal, immediately start buffering to hit this orb. This orb, if you don't buffer it, you basically die. I'm just noticing this now, but this orb is layered in front of this foreground. Right now it looks fucking stupid, but you literally never notice that in the level, and this is genius. Thank you, Motheye. So yeah, you can pretty much hit this orb whenever, the green orb I'm talking about. Hold, and this part is a lot of click orbs and then hold until the next one. So buffer like here, hold, and then hold, jump off that platform. This part, you can't do that actually. You have to, this foreground object makes it a bit harder. You can't hold, you have to wait until you like get to the end of the platform. You obviously can't see it, it's just muscle memory because the massive fucking pillar. But yeah. Jump there. Long auto section. Until you get here. Once you like pass this gate, start buffering, because there's a green orb right away. Yeah, like you can't react to that. So yeah, you have to start buffering like at the end of that auto section. This part you can just click orbs and then hold until the next orb. So click that, hold, jump on that. Click that black orb, hold, jump off that. This pink orb is a slight timing. So once you jump off that, you have to let go and then time the orb. You can't buffer it. I will say this orb is more likely to kill you by missing the orb, by trying to hit late, than just hitting early. So try to hit as early as you can without buffering it. Yeah, do that. This orb, you can't buffer either, because if you buffer, you just hit the blue orb as normal gravity and fly up. You have to wait till you hit the yellow portal. So yeah, wait an extra second. Now you hold for a long time because you have to jump on these weirdly, and all you have to do is click that blue orb. It fades to black, so it's a bit unintuitive, but you still have to click it. Now we get to this level's long auto section. We have the cool clock going backwards thing. Yeah, this is transitioning to the red part. Unlike in Kingslayer, the red part is fairly balanced. There's only a few choke points in it. Yeah, you'll see them. So, yeah, you don't have to hold here. This is just me being stupid. Yeah. We're almost to the gameplay again. I just didn't want to mess with the timeline here. So, yeah. Once you get to this auto section, like hold halfway through it so you can automatically jump here. And then just, you can't like hold into this portal obviously because this cog is there, but really you can just start clicking like around here, hold up into this portal, and you'll be fine. This bug is arguably, like there's a bug thing here, and it's arguably weirder than the wave one. So what I do, I don't know if this was intended or not. There's this structure down here. You don't hold once you hit the portal. You wait until you land on this structure, and then you hold. It looks like there's spikes there, and there are, but for some reason, you land like here, and most of the time, or if this level worked perfectly, it would never kill you. And as soon as you land there, you start holding again. And the reason you do that is because the ship moves up a lot faster when it's on a surface than when it's just in the air. And that makes this part, you pass it every time perfectly. The problem with that is that when you're starting a run, like you're doing your first attempts from 0, or you're doing your first attempt from any part before this. What's really weird is that what would happen to me is this part would kill you every time until you somehow pass it, and then my strategy where you land here and fly up is perfectly consistent 100% of the time after you get past the broken stuff. So it's a weird trade-off where you die a few attempts here, and then once you get it forever. What I'm saying probably makes no sense, because that's just not how Geometry Dash works, but yeah, that's how the part happened, which is... I've never had a bug like that happen to me, where it doesn't work for the first few attempts, and then it's 100% consistent after that. But yeah, that's just how that part goes. It's weird. So yeah, maybe it never works for you. If so, you have to time it, like, click around here. I don't know the timing exactly. What I do know is that if you don't use a strategy, this timing is really hard, where you have to start holding, like, around here and somehow fly up fast enough to make it to here. Generally, what I would do when I am not doing my strategy is I would either die to this, or click slightly later, and you die here. So this is either really tight, or you use my thing where you land on the platform and go up. It's weird. So you do that, you fly into this portal. This timing is kind of difficult. It's pretty consistent though. Just wait until you're about to touch the spike, then jump. It looks tighter than it is because it's slanted. So yeah, just get close to the spike, then jump. You just, like, start holding in this auto section to jump here. You wait, jump on this platform. This part is really easy. Hit these two orbs, and then hold on this green orb to make it through that ship part. Now we go to a wave part. This wave part's pretty difficult, because it's hard to see. So once you get to the portal, start holding. Don't hold before the portal, hold on the portal, because that makes the next clicks more consistent. Hold until you hit the ceiling, then immediately go down, and then do slightly shorter clicks, and I mean, like, by, like, a frame or two shorter, to get through this next 3 clicks here. This is actually a good place to pause because you can see it. I think it gets slightly tighter than this, but it's pretty open. The only reason it's hard is because you can't see. So yeah, these clicks, they are longer than normal clicks, decently longer than normal clicks. When I say normal click, that's like how long you click if you're just doing a normal cube jump. They're a bit longer than that, but not too much longer. So if that means anything to you, yeah, that's how long you click there. And you click, after that initial click, you click 3 more times. You hold into this blue orb and then jump up here. Then you can hit this red orb pretty much whenever. Hit that blue orb slightly late to dodge that spike. You can fall off that platform, and then you have to jump off of this platform. You can't jump immediately, or else you won't make it past the spike. You have to wait a second, then jump, like you'll see me do. Like, I ride along here, then jump. It's pretty much just a max jump. It is just a max jump. Not even pretty much. It's just a max jump. You fall here, and there's a black orb here. It's more likely for you to die by hitting this late than hitting this early, as in I've never died hitting it early, so always hit it early. Like, you literally turn into a mini. It's like, this spike is not a threat. Go through here. These 2 orbs are timings. You can hit them, you can't hit them early, you can't buffer them. They're not hard timings, but yeah. Just like that. This orb, I've only died to it once, where I was too slow and fell off here and missed the orb entirely. Other than that, it's a lenient click. Just click, and you'll make it. This orb, you can't buffer it. You have to hit it pretty late, just because it's a fair amount later than what's happening in the music. So yeah, just click it like when you're in the middle of the orb. It's hard to see, but yeah, just wait and then click. Then you can just hold, and now we get into one of the most difficult parts of the level. So this dash orb in the wave part basically automates this first release, so you can buffer this and then hold into here, and then there's S blocks here, so you just fall automatically and you don't have to like manually let go. So yeah, and it also makes it a bit easier because if this dash orb wasn't there and you just started holding here, you'll base your release on how long you're holding, and if you just have the option to just hold whenever here, you can release. You'll end up, if you click too early, like back here, you'll end up releasing like here, which will kill you. So this dash orb is pretty brilliantly placed here to make this part really consistent, but it's still hard. So, I found it, my tendency was to click too fast here, and too short, and I wouldn't like make it past this cog. So just click a bit. If you have my problem, click a bit longer than you think. I can't say that for everyone, obviously. That's just my problem, and I made the adjustment to click slower. So yeah, you make it through here. For some reason, it doesn't look like I hit the dash orb. Maybe I didn't. If I didn't, I have no idea how the fuck I survived that. You normally hit the dash orb. But, yeah. And these two clicks, the click over this and the click over this, are identical. So once you make it through here, you can just do the exact same click again to make it through there. It teleports you down, so this timing's the same always. You just click the blue orb, no real timing required. And in the same rhythm as those two wave clicks and that blue orb click, you just click down again. This orb, it's pretty hard. You have to hit it as late as you can, and you have to micro click, or else you'll fly into this cog. It's not forgiving at all. And we start the single most difficult ship part in the level. A level based on a level that is very ship heavy, so this is the hardest part of the level. So for this part, I fucked up. I went 10 seconds back, and there's no option to go 10 seconds forward, so fuck you. So yeah, we're here again. You have to hold for a second here, but you can't just hold all the way to the blue portal that's up there. You have to, because if you do that, you'll die to this spike. You have to let go around here and then click again to lose some of that speed and make it through here a bit closer to this structure, so you make it through, if that makes sense. Keep holding, because you want to get to this portal very low, so that you, well, yeah, kind of. Don't hold into the portal, just hold very close to it so you get to this portal low. I'm not going to say keep holding, because that's really risky. So yeah. And then stay low, because this spike moves down, and it is, like, it already moved down a lot, and I'm basically straight flying. You saw before, the structure was, like, above me. Now I'm almost to the top. It's brutal. This doesn't look like the hardest thing ever, but, like, it's, like, maybe a bit easier than Bloodbath difficulty flying, but it's flashing so much, it's like, what the fuck, dude? So, yeah. Fly through here, hopefully make it through. Straight fly through, like, half. When I thought half, straight fly through half this part, I usually died. Straight fly through, like, 75% of it, and then let go. The reason you let go is this spike is really high up. This structure keeps moving down. So, yeah. Like, let go around here and then fall into this UFO portal. The second reason is if you're, like, straight flying all the way up into here, you may click, like, the frame you hit the UFO portal, and you won't make it past the structure. So when you get here, click slightly late, as in like the UFO portal is here, I clicked here, because if you click like the frame you hit it, you die to these. So yeah, this part is pretty music sync based. It's not that difficult except for a few clicks. This orb is pretty hard because the UFO falls really slowly once you hit blue orbs. Like in 1.8, people are like recreating waves with it because it's a fucking 90-degree angle here. So yeah, it falls really slowly, so hit that on the earlier side. In this timing, you have to hit it really early. This part's music sync based. You have to click here before the song gets there. If you hit too early, you'll die to this. So basically, just watch out for this. Click it on the question mark. You'll be okay. Okay, this orb you have to hold, and this orb you just click once and fall. You can't buffer this. First of all, because you're a UFO and you'll just jump. Second of all, because if you hit this early, you die. So yeah, just hit in the middle of the orb. Okay, hit that, just click that, and then you get to this auto section where you hold through. So once you get to this platform, you jump immediately. You just hit that orb and it's fine. You keep on holding through here, that platform, and now this orb. If that ship part was the hardest entire part of the level, this orb is the hardest individual click of the level. I died here from 0 like 7 times. I wouldn't say I got unlucky with this level just because I didn't die to the very last part, but it still wasn't the perfect experience from 0. Still really like the level. I just didn't happen to fluke it. And honestly, fluking it, I would have played the level less. So I'm half grateful for that, half I kind of didn't want to waste my day on this. But yeah, hold here, and this orb is a really difficult timing. Basically, you're supposed to hit in the middle of the orb, but you're going really fast, so it's hard to control that. I'd say think about hitting towards, like, if buffering is 0% and hitting at the last frame is 100%, try to go at like maybe 35-40%. I explained that weirdly, but that's the best way I could think of. So yeah, just hit that like that. This orb is a lot easier. You can basically just hit it whenever. But yeah, this timing is just brutal. It's hard to see right now because it's so red and flashy, but yeah. And that's another thing that makes that orb hard. It's red and flashy. So yeah, hit that orb basically whenever. And now we get to some individual ship clicks that are kind of difficult. They're not the hardest thing in the world, but yeah. This part, you can't buffer or else you'll die to this spike. You have to click like pretty much a few frames after you went through the portal. Because if you hit it too late, you won't make it above this cog. So yeah, like right here is when I started holding, and I like barely made it through here. I'm like scraping the ceiling. Okay, you make it to this ball part, you can just buffer here and jump there. And then you get to the next ship click. This click is slightly different, where you have to wait a lot longer before you start clicking, but if you wait too long, you'll die to this structure down here. So yeah, still like I'm not gonna say a few frames after the portal this time, because it's a lot of frames, like a decent fraction of a second after. So yeah, like right here I can't pause. But yeah, even then I like barely made it through. And now there is, now you have to do some ship control through this section. And fortunately there is a platform here to realign yourself. So yeah, hit the platform, and then I usually like click like one time here to just make it over these spikes and get to this portal. I don't know what the fuck I did. Where am I? Okay. Yeah. Like, click, like, once to get over these spikes, get to this portal. And now you fall a lot, because these spikes are really far down, or I guess far up, because you're upside down. Fall down a lot, and then click, like, right here. And now you're gonna want to, like, hold into this orb. Like, what you're supposed to do is, like, hold, and then, like, just holding through here, you activate the orb without having to click again. So, yeah. Now, this killed me once, and this was my latest death in the level. I'm pretty okay with that. At least it's not in the very last section. So, yeah. You can hold, like, after that orb. Yeah, you hold that orb, and then you can just automatically jump there. That part is... I find that sketchy just because I happen to die there, but it should be 100% consistent. The reason I died is because I let go, so don't do that. So yeah, this orb, you just hit it and buffer. A lot of these orbs in this part after that last ship part is a lot of buffers. So yeah, buffer that orb and then continue jumping here. Yeah. And then click, you can basically just click that dash orb, it's short, and then click this orb. And then you transition back to not red for some reason. I mean, I say for some reason, but it's really cool. Good on you, Motheye, for doing that. So yeah, this, you have to jump here. It's kind of out of nowhere because of that foreground transition. What the hell? Okay. I cannot pause and unpause, apparently. So yeah, you have to jump, like, right after that portal. Not right after it. You basically jump once you touch the portal. But you just can't see it because of the foreground. It's pretty consistent. It's easy to see where it is. Or you can't see, but it's easy to tell where it is. But yeah, it's just a bit annoying how the foreground's there. You click there, and you jump here, like, early on this platform in the same rhythm as those other 3 clicks. You should turn into the cube. That looked pretty sketch, but I never died there unless I hit too late. So hit this early. As in the same rhythm as the other orbs, like I said before. These green orbs you can basically click whenever. You have to click 3 times here pretty quickly. So yeah, it's not hard. You just have to, like, be on top of it and actually click there. I mean, nerves make that really difficult. So yeah. This orb is a timing. You have to hit. It's not a hard timing, but you have to hit it, like, decently late towards the middle of the orb. This orb you can hit pretty much whenever. Turn into the robot here. Now this click is brutal because there is a portal with an orb in it here. You have to, like, jump up a stupid amount and then click that, and if you click it too late, you die to a cog that's, like, right here. This foreground object is really stupid, and this is probably the worst use of foreground in the level, but it's still consistent enough that it gets the pass, and it's still considered to be good gameplay. So yeah, this jump, you have to almost do a full jump, but not really, just because you have to let go to hit that orb. So yeah, do that, and then hit that orb, again, like I said, because this cog is unforgiving, hit that really early. Yeah. And then you fall down here, and now you've hopefully beaten the level by this point, because that's the last, like, decently challenging click. This part, you hit that pad, land on this platform, and once you get to that platform, you basically just click. It, like, anything bigger than a micro tap will get you to this portal. So, yeah. It's going fast enough that you don't need to, like, really think about hitting a long time to get there, you can just click. This orb is a slight timing, I think. You can't buffer that. I got really close to not hitting the orb, apparently. But, yeah, this timing is not hard. I never really died to it. Then you just click that orb, and you beat the level. So, yeah, there is a long end screen, which, I mean, I guess that just means there's a lot of, like, playtesters and stuff, which I like. I was thinking about this while playing this level. The longer the end screen, usually the better the level is, because that means there's a fuck ton of playtesters. Like, Shuku Fuku had a really long end screen. The only exception to that would be Sonic Wave Infinity, allegedly. I'm assuming people don't like that just because it's Sonic Wave. But that's, like, the only exception, probably. And honestly, I'm sure the level's okay, I just haven't played it. Obviously, because I'm shit. But, yeah, so that's the guide. Unlike all of my other guides, I won't be including the completion, because this level is just so good, I wanted to have a completion on a separate video, so I could put Divine Demon in the title. So, yeah, I did that. I'll link that in the description if you want to see me do it. Yeah, so, yeah, watch that if you want. I don't really care. What I do want you to do is play this fucking level. If you just got this guide in your, like, recommended for some reason, even if you weren't planning on going for it, and you watched all the way to the end for some reason of this hour-long video, and you're still on the edge about going for it, please do. It's really fun, really good. Yeah, it's basically, I said this at the beginning, it's basically Kingslayer, but almost perfect. So, yeah, great level. Hopefully this guide helped. Yeah, goodbye.